Hello, welcome to Steve McDonald's Crafting. Today what I'm going to do is a test. I've got these 3 jars and I've been drying some herbs in the sun and I want to put them in some jars. So I want to put the names of the herbs on the jars, but I want to engrave them. So what I thought this would do is this would be an ideal time for me to test which one of these glass engraving effects gives the best result. I'm going to use Armour Etch on one, I'm going to use Frost Effect on the other, and then on another one I'm going to use my laser to laser engrave it. We'll see which one comes out the best. But first of all, I need to remove all this sticky stuff from it. Now, I have been told that tea tree works really well, but I don't have any. But what I do have is WD-40, and I have found in the past that by spraying that on, leaving it on for a couple of minutes, the sticky comes off really easily. This has been sitting on here now for a couple of minutes, so I've just got a natural scourer. And I'm going, oh, look at that, just comes straight off. Oh, that's good. Now, I will wash these in some hot soapy water as well, because I don't want any residue of this WD-40 on here. But yeah, that's cleaned them up. Lovely. This one might need a bit of an extra going over. Oh no, it does seem to be coming off. So they're nice and sticky free now. Wash them with some soap and water, and then I can get on with stenciling them. These have certainly come out lovely and clean and sparkly as well after going in the hot water and some washing up liquid. And I forgot to say, these jars are just what our things like horseradish, mint sauce, applesauce and things come in. And you know me, I hate to throw anything away because I think it will come in handy, and they sit together nicely, and I think having dried herbs in them will be lovely. I've made my stencils out of some vinyl and I cut the lettering out using my Cricut, but you can get hold of stencils fairly easily. I've also put some stuff around the sides to prevent any wash over from either of them. Now I've got these 2 done, which is the basil and the dill, and I want it to go all the way around the outside. And I've got the one for the laser set up, which I'll show you in a minute. Now, using the Armour Etch, I would strongly recommend that you use gloves for this, because it is caustic after all, and have eye protection on, which I have both. And you need to put on a really thick layer of this. Now, to give this frosting effect the best possible chance, I'm going to do it on the bigger letters, which is the dill, and I'm going to do the Armour Etch on the smaller ones, the basil. And all you need to do is open that up. You don't need to shake it up at all, and you want to put quite a thick layer on all the way around, and leave that on for about 3 minutes, 1 to 3 minutes. I normally leave it on for a little bit longer. I normally leave it on for about 4 minutes, and then all you need to do is wash it off using hot soapy water. I've got that one covered completely now all the way around, and I'm going to leave that there for a couple of minutes. Now, while that's doing its thing, I'm now going to paint on the Frost Effect, and this is really very, very different. It doesn't actually mark the glass itself, it leaves like a frost effect on the top of it. And what you want to do is do this either with a sponge. I prefer with a brush, to be perfectly honest. I feel I get better results. You put a little bit on like that, and then let that dry, and then go over it with another coat as soon as that's dry. Let it dry for about an hour. The other 2 are all busy doing what they've got to do, and I've got the laser set up with the glass on it. Now, all I have to do is push start, and that should cut that nicely. I'm not sure if I've centralised this as much as I could have done, but we will see. And this is the X-Tools D1 laser that I'm using here, although I have been sent another laser and I haven't had a chance to try that out yet, but I will be very soon, so watch out for that. It's going to be interesting to see whether that'll have engraved those edges neat enough to be able to see them. So I'm really interested to see how this comes out. So let's do the basil one first, because this was the Armour Etch one, and I'm taking off the extra bits. I have washed this off just under some soapy water, but I will go round with it with a cloth in a second once I've got all this vinyl off, to allow me to get it completely clean. So far it's looking as if it's done a really clean and clear and crisp engraving. I'm going to give this one last wipe up with a baby wipe to get any residue off and dry that. And I think that has definitely engraved that basil on there lovely. It really has done a great job of that on all the way round, and it was easy to make it nice and evenly spaced as well by using that method. The laser one looks like it's engraved really well, so it'll be interesting to see how that comes off. Now I just have to remove this black paper that you need to use whenever you're engraving on glass with a laser, and that's fairly easy to do. I literally just have to soak it in some water and then it'll peel off, and then I can dry it once it's all peeled off. And that should have been soaking now. It's been soaking for about 30 seconds and that should just come off, and it does look. And again, what I'll do is I will go over this with a baby wipe and clean this off completely. So the next one is the frost effect. Now this has been drying for a couple of hours, but I have found this is okay, but not always for detailed work. But I might be different, and you have to be careful on this as well, because as you can see, it's hardly showing up at all. It hasn't even stuck to the glass. And this might be because I'm using this stencil, or I'm not sure why, because sometimes it pulls it off at the same time. I've not had great results with this frost effect on small areas. It's pulling it off, and I found that even when I used a normal stencil as opposed to a sticky stencil like this, it pulls it off, which is a pain. Yeah, that has not worked well enough at all. I will finish off doing the rest, and then I'll show you against the laser one. This is the one that was done with the frost effect, and to be honest, it has come out absolutely rubbish. It will wipe off. Now, this stuff's ideal, I think, at Christmas to hand paint maybe snow and things onto your windows. But other than that, I don't really think it's that great for small items like this. It really doesn't. And it's not dishwasher proof either, and you can't put it in water because that will just peel off. But it's great for what, maybe decorating your house, maybe in at Christmas. This is the Armour Etch one. I think that one has come out brilliantly. When you look at that in comparison to this one, which now hasn't got hardly any on it at all, that is excellent. I think it's engraved nicely. It didn't take long, probably about, in total, 5 minutes to engrave that on. You can hear it as well, so it's definitely etched into the glass, and that is going to be dishwasher proof, and you can put it in hot water because it's actually etched into the glass. Now, regarding the laser one, well, this is the laser one, and again, I think that has come out brilliantly as well. You can hear that has been etched into the glass. Again, it would be very much dishwasher proof. Now, I did them in a different case. I don't know why. I should have done them in the same case. I cannot really see that there's a great deal of difference in engraving these with Armour Etch as opposed to the laser. So if you don't have a laser, I wouldn't go out and buy one just to do some glass engraving on small things like this, because I just don't think it's worth it. But if you want to engrave on glass, larger pieces of glass, photographs and things like that, your laser is easily going to do that. Let me know what you think and how you engrave stuff. These are going to be great once I've finished drying all my herbs. I'm going to go over this one again using the Armour Etch and put dill on that. Please boot the like button if you've enjoyed this video. I hope it inspires you to do some glass etching of your own. I will leave links to everything that I've used today in the description below. If you'd like to buy me a coffee just to say thank you and help support this channel, then the link for that, along with the link to everything else, is in the description below as well. Be sure to check out the video that's coming up next. I think you'll really enjoy it. Just click on that and I'll see you over there. Take care. Enjoy your crafting. Bye.